Well, the time has come, 14th of January 2020. Windows 7's, officially out of support, unfortunately. So, I first heard about Windows 7 from my dad. He told me there was a new version of Windows out called Windows 7. I was probably using XP at the time. Then in 2010, got a brand new desktop computer that came pre-installed with Windows 7. It's absolutely awesome. I think it was a Core 2 Duo E7500, 2 gigs of RAM and a 500 gig SATA hard drive. Back then, SATA was something I'd never heard of. I was used to dealing with the old IDE ribbon cables inside of computers back then. And then I think I 2 or 3 years later managed to break that computer because I was tinkering with it, and then I dropped a screw in there, didn't realise, and the power supply went bust, and so did the mainboard. And then I went back to XP for a while because I bought a second-hand computer, and now I have this computer, and it's still running Windows 7. So, as of today, it's not recommended to use Windows 7 on the internet. You can still do it, but it's just not recommended. Anyways, so one of the things that I've found about Windows 7 that just isn't around these days would be games. Whoops. So most, or I think all these games just don't exist in modern Windows anymore, which is really a shame. Well, they don't exist by default. I mean, that's obviously one I've installed myself, but Halo Combat Evolved, but everything else is stuff that's on the Chess Titans, Free Cell, Hearts, Internet Backgammon, Internet Checkers. Well, I thought all those internet games were left behind in XP. Mahjong, Minesweeper, Purple Place. I used to have a lot of fun playing Purple Place back in the day. Solitaire and Spider Solitaire. Not that I really play any of those, but I just think it was nice that they came with games pre-installed, and now none of these, all these are nowhere to be found. So yeah. Also, I think another thing that people didn't like was the removal of Windows Media Center from the OS. So yeah, that was kind of a bit of a shame. This also had links to most of those games except for the internet ones. Whoop. Okay then. Well, yeah, that's my desktop computer being an unreliable piece of shit. Hang on. Okay, we're back. Excuse the crash. My computer's a piece of shit. Nah, not really. Specs-wise, it's not, but reliability wise, it's absolute rubbish. I've got to at some point work out what's causing the crashing and try and see if I can fix it. But I've tried RAM. That doesn't seem to be the problem. I've updated all my drivers. That's not the problem. So, yeah, I am overclocking. So, yeah, I don't know. Although I have increased the vehicle voltage. Of course, I've got it at a safe level because I know what I'm doing. But as for how it affects the computer's performance or stability, I'm not entirely sure. But either way, you can see it's sort of rather old these days. So yeah, I should probably give it a upgrade at some point. Yeah. Where were we? We were in Media Centre. I used to have a lot of fun with these, like the calendar, clock, CPU meter. I actually used to have the CPU meter up on an older computer that I had. Whenever I was gaming on it, I just have the game in windowed mode, and I just have the CPU meter open, just measuring how much of my CPU was taking up, because it wasn't, the CPU that I had wasn't exactly marvelous. I think it was a Core 2 Duo. Yeah, I think I had two Core 2 Duo machines. One of them was that one that I bought, and then the other one was a Lenovo ThinkCentre M58, I think. Would have shipped with Vista, but I stuck 7 on there when I got it. I think I was also running XP on there at some point, but yeah, I was eventually upgraded to 7, I think. Either way, yeah, those were kind of a bit fun to play around with, but I never actually ended up having any one of those on the desktop and leaving it there. I'd always end up just getting rid of them. But I'm sure people found them useful. Also, another thing that I personally think is lacking a bit today with modern operating systems or modern Windows is aesthetics. So yeah, that the Windows Aero visual style looks, in my opinion, way nicer than the modern Fluent design, I think they call it. In Windows 10, it just looks a lot nicer. Yeah, I think Windows 7 will always reign in the appearance department. Yeah, you just can't argue that this looks good though. Yeah, it looks way better than Windows 10 in my opinion. It just looks, yeah, a lot nicer, less boring. Which is kind of part of the reason why I've stuck with Windows 7. I just don't like the way Windows 10 looks. Also, another thing that Windows 7 doesn't do is spontaneously update as well. Because I did go over to Windows 10 to try it, and then it just automatically updated. So I just it was like, fuck that, I'm going back to Windows 7. So yeah. Not really much else to say, really. Of course, businesses will probably pay for the 3 extended years of support rather than upgrading to Windows 10. I very much doubt that they'd even upgrade to Windows 10 after support. And hell, I mean, I was in an auto parts store the other day, and they were still using Windows XP on their computers. So, and that was like a Pentium 4 computer with probably a gig or half a gig of RAM. So, yeah, I don't think most of those businesses will be moving off even after the end of Microsoft's extended support, which is sometime in 2023. So, yeah. But either way, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into network adapters, and I'm going to disable my network adapter and disable my LAN adapter just to make it all secure. So yeah, so I'm not going to be using this on the internet much more. I do have a more modern operating system dual booted on here, which I'll probably still be using, which I'll be using for internet access. But then for anything Windows, I'll just come back to this, but just not use it on the internet. I don't really have, if I'm not using it on the internet, then I don't really have plans to upgrade this to anything newer. Yeah, I think I'm just going to keep it as it is. Yeah, no. That pretty much wraps it up. It's a sad day. Still not ready for it. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Oh well. Suppose nothing can last forever. Windows XP's end of support was a severe blow to me back when it happened. Yeah, just like this has as well. Because I've, as I said, been using Windows 7 for about 10 years now, and it's never let me down or anything. I've never had any problems with it. So, yeah. Oh well, yeah. Thank you for watching.